up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. This is Driving with Randy. I am your host, Road Rage Randy. We got a lot to discuss today. It's been kind of wild the last couple of days as far as like phone notifications go. I've been getting so many, and we'll get into the review. See you, Bryce. Have a good night. Yeah, we didn't have our windows down. He didn't hear me, but it's the thought that counts, right? I'm really a douchebag. Didn't have time to roll down the window there. So I don't have. Ooh, they fixed this pothole. I know you guys hear that one quite often. Who's this? Have a good night, lady. All right. Anyways, I don't really have a whole lot planned. There's certainly three things. I just thought of a third. The third thing that I really want to talk about, it might be kind of a short one, but I have a couple half-hour ones in there. So make sure you guys let me know what kind of lengthwise you like, what kind of format you like. I feel like when they're a little more organized, it is certainly calls for a better podcast, at least. I saw something on Twitter. We're just going to go ahead and jump right into Twitter because that's one of the big stories I had to talk about and the sole reason that my phone was getting blown up this weekend. So, a tow truck. Get wrecked, sonny. You guys can follow me on Twitter. The username is @ThoughtsByRandy. All one word. Thoughts. THOUGHTSBYRANDY. You guys can follow me there. I'd love to hear from you as far as what you guys think of the podcast. Get some suggestions in there. Stuff like that. Make sure to drop a follow. The podcasts have been growing pretty well. I mean, for not advertising, I'd say we're doing pretty dang well right now. I've got about, I don't know if it's against the rules to announce what kind of viewership we're getting, but it shouldn't be. Yeah, there's no reason it should be against the rules, but I want to go ahead and let you guys know, and I will continue to let you know how the podcast is growing. Over 4 episodes, the last time I looked, we had 47 views, and I know I had some people listening to it since I looked, so hopefully we're getting closer to that 100 mark. That would be awesome for our first month in, getting 100 views. I know I only want to get about 1,000 listens. I know I have some people that are going to be listening to tonight. We got some big fans. Oh, the tow truck's behind me now. You're not towing me. I'm not doing anything illegal there, buddy. One of the big listeners that I want to go ahead and give a shout out to, Andrew. I know you guys are like, I thought Andrew was supposed to be on this episode doing my first guest. Well, plans changed and he couldn't make it to the party we were going to. So, yeah, I want to say congratulations to him. Big congratulations. He is now a father of another child. I'm not really sure if it's a male or a female child, but big congratulations to Andrew. I hope to get you on the podcast. Maybe now we have something to talk about. We can talk about your fatherhoodly experience and whatnot. I really wish I had the mic rolling though on the way to that party, because I had somebody else in the car with me that would have been absolutely a great time to speak with. And we were talking, just everything that happened. We saw so much stuff. The homeless man with a Target cart, like, you can't steal that, dude. Work zone safety. Drive like you work here. Gotcha sign. Thank you. But I ended up not having the mic rolling and kind of regretted it. So next time we have someone in the car, we're certainly going to have to get a feature on. That will be a fantastic time. But anyways, back into what we were saying. We were going on about Twitter. and how you guys can follow me at Thoughts by Randy. I got like 205 followers or something at the time of this recording, so make sure you know, if you follow me from the podcast, I'd love to hear from you as far as, hey, I'm a fan. I want to be as interactive as possible with my fans. I'm not trying to be all closed off. I can't stand that about some channels. Some channels or podcasts, they'll get popular and all of a sudden they stop talking to people. I want as much fan interaction as I can, and I get some people just can't put in the time. Like if you got a million, you got a million subscribers or something, and you're getting 1,000, 2,000 comments. It's kind of hard to, listen to all of them. But something I really want to make out to do is make sure I am merging on here. Losing track of my thought. I really want to make sure that I'm interactive with the people who take time out of their day to listen to me. While this might be a terrible idea with a terrible mic, I still don't want to be a terrible host. That's fucking golden right there. You hear that? Terrible mic, terrible idea, but I don't want to be a terrible host. I love it. So make sure you slide into my messages, tweet at me. I'm by no means getting blown up anytime soon here. So actually, speaking of getting blown up, I was talking about my phone and whatnot. Yeah, that's exactly what happened this weekend. My phone got absolutely destroyed. I tell you, I have it on Do Not Disturb like 90% of the time, so my phone doesn't actually go off, but I get the notifications still. So that's one way I save battery. So I'll be, I'll be, oh my God, what the heck am I thinking of? Oh, I'll get a whole bunch of messages, but I won't lose battery life because it's not going off. So I still get the notifications, I just have to open my phone in order to see them, which is, it's nice. It saves battery life, exactly what I was saying. Man, I don't know if I should cut that stutter out or not. Probably not, because we're unedited, we're unfiltered, we do what we want over here at Driving with Randy. Anyways, my phone, I got a total of upwards of 1,000 notifications from Twitter. I guess that's what happens when one of your tweets go viral. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it viral. People just liked it because, well, I suppose some people liked it, other people hated it. And that's something I absolutely loved. People were ripping on me. People were talking so much trash. I absolutely loved it. And just, I'm kind of, my mind's everywhere right now. But just so you guys know, it's a nighttime podcast right now. So there's going to be less idiots out here merging in front of me and tailgating me and whatnot. But I will say, the other night, I was driving and I wasn't recording, and some idiot cuts in front of me, and then he brake checked me. I was pretty upset. Anyways, back to the whole Twitter conversation. We're not worried about these idiots on the road. We're more concerned about our conversation here about Twitter. So, WrestleMania was last night, but at the time of you listening to this, it might be a different day. Keep that in mind. So WrestleMania was on, and I only watched the main event. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey. And what up? Some dude just kind of waved at me. I don't know who he is, but what up, dude? Maybe he's a fan. Big fan of yours too, by the way, dude. Anyway, so I only watched the main event there. I didn't really watch anything else. But I heard something happen with Brock Lesnar. So Daniel Cormier, for those of you that aren't familiar with Daniel Cormier, he is currently the heavyweight champion and lightweight. Yeah, I don't know. He was a simultaneous champion, I believe. I think he's a double champ. I don't know. In the UFC, heavyweight champion, current heavyweight champion of the UFC. He is undefeated with the exception of his John Jones fights. And I believe. Yeah, I believe he's undefeated at heavyweight. Maybe just at heavyweight? I don't know. I don't know the whole thing. I'm not an expert here, but anyways, just so you know who Daniel Cormier is. He tweets, "Ha, Brock got beat up." Just simple like that. Brock got beat up. Ha. And if you follow the UFC at all, you know that Daniel Cormier has been picking for a money fight, and he wants Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is like 315 pounds. This dude is massive. But so he gets beat up at WrestleMania. I get it, scripted, whatever. Not my deal. I like WWE, I do. So Cormier is like, ha. And I saw it like right away, and I knew this is going to be a big deal. This tweet is going to be a big deal. So come today, it has 4,000, I believe it has 4,000 retweets and 25,000 likes. That's pretty gnarly. But I got in on the first 4 minutes. So when you get in early, your comment gets to get seen by the most amount of people. So I replied to him. I said, "Do you remember when you got beat up?" And I had a gif of John Jones shaking his head, yup. And my God, I did not expect what was about to happen. So as of today, it has, I believe, 18 retweets and I believe just under 600 likes. So I got a notification for all of those. And that does not include tweets that I mentioned in. So the number one reply to me was, "You rollerblade, ... You know, people ripping on the rollerblade, and I'm used to it. I got a supervisor at work that does the same thing. I'm not too concerned. I know who I am. I love rollerblading, and that's me." Well, that guy got like, he's probably on like 6 likes and maybe maybe 200, 250 likes on his reply. So I get notifications to all that. And I wish I wasn't driving, but that's the whole concept of our podcast here. I could read you some of the mean things people were saying. And by mean, I mean, it's mean, but I love it. I was thriving off this. Like, people were tweeting at me. I was dying laughing. The only thing that really bothered me is one guy made a meme, and I guess it was stupid. If it was a funny meme with my profile picture, I would have been all for it. But it was fucking stupid. So I reported it. It got like 1 like anyways. It wasn't even good. I reported it. And I get an email from Twitter. It's like, "We need you to verify your identification." I'm like, what? It's not worth it. It's not important. I don't even remember what the meme said. It wasn't good. It just had my profile picture in it, so I reported them. But some of the things people were saying were like, "You rollerblade." In my profile picture, I'm wearing a cup stacking shirt. For those of you that don't know, I stack cups. And one guy's like, "I'm surprised they're picking on you for rollerblading when you're wearing a cup stacking shirt." Another guy was like, one guy was angry. Like, he's like, "Oh, you're so far up John Jones' ass. Why don't you get on your knees and suck his dick?" Something along those lines. Like, I don't know why you're so angry. I found the tweet humorous. I really did. Daniel Cormier doesn't reply, so I mean, it's not like that. That'd be pretty funny if you replied. Not even gonna lie. Something else that was tweeted at me was like, he said something like, "Why are we making fun of rollerblading when we could be making fun of his elementary game like cup stacking?" I don't know, something along those lines. I don't really care. "We had a red light, baby." I like that. Maybe we'll make that into a sound clip. And then, that would be perfect. And then every time I pull up to a red light, I'll be like, "We had a red light, baby." Oh, I'm going to make that into a sound clip now. Oh, yes, sir, we are. So that's the beauty of this podcast. When you're just talking and there's no one else to talk to, you're talking to yourself, just random ideas come to your head. So I like that idea. But anyways, I was getting roasted on Twitter for a good minute, and I'm still getting notifications from it, and I love it. I absolutely love the trolls. I really do. Yeah, thrive off your haters, Don't let people get in your way. Know where you stand, and don't let anybody get in your way. What else did we have to cover today? I honestly think that was it. I wanted to talk about Andrew. I wanted to talk about you guys following me on Twitter. There was something else I was going to get in. Oh, at the party. So at the party, like I'll repeat myself again for those of you that don't know. I'm a big MMA fan, and one of the guys at the party, he's a purple belt, and I talked to him the night before at our Flat Earth meeting. I'm like, I'd love for you to show me some stuff. So he showed me some stuff at the party. We did some hard rolling, and let me tell you, yesterday I was beyond sore. I have rug burn all over my knees. My elbows tore up. I got bloody nose during it. And so he'd been drinking, and he's like, he kind of landed a pretty hard elbow on me, right? And he stopped to make sure I was okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, let's keep going. And I knew right then my nose was bleeding, but it wasn't a problem yet. Until I felt it dripping, I wasn't going to say anything. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, keep going. So he's on top position, I'm bottom. I believe he had side control. And he's pretty much just ramming his elbow into my face, grinding on me a little bit. And I told him to quit after a little bit because, we got a car, we got to move over, the lights are flashing. Let's go. All right, we nice and over. Beautiful. Anyways, it was bleeding. I told him, all right, we need to stop. I don't want to get blood everywhere. So he had blood on his shoulder. Wiped that off of him. But the whole reason I couldn't get it everywhere is this lady's moving. If there's a blood stain on the carpet, and then the buyer ends up saying no, that would have been a lot of work she had done for nothing. So I call it quits, let the nose stop, and then we went at it some more. I went after it with another guy as well. That was a lot of fun. I got submitted. I didn't get. So I did take one. I took the purple guy's back, and I had him in a rear naked choke, but I did break the rules. The rules were stay on the knee, and I kind of got on my feet to take his back. And I had him in an armbar at one point, actually, but he slipped out of it because we were getting a little sweaty. But I learned a lot, I think. I learned I can take a hit because it was not a light elbow. So I learned that. That's something he kept saying. He's like, so what did you learn? This is all about learning. What did you learn? And, I tapped to one guy, and it just came down to I was exhausted, and I felt like there was no way out. I definitely could have, upon further analysis, I definitely, I feel like I know how I could have gotten out of that position, but when I'm 150 pounds and he's 260, there's not much I can do when he's putting his full body weight on my head. I felt like I was stuck at that point. You know what? My mom said that we're out of ham. I might have to go get some ham. Dude, that was totally random, but that just popped in my head. I might have to go to the store instead of going home and get some ham, but I think I'll be able to. We have turkey, so I'm going to deal with turkey tomorrow. We'll get ham another day, I believe. We'll just get ham another day. That's no worries. We got turkey for the egg, turkey and cheese. Just some source of protein, I believe. Anyways, we got a little motivation in there. The 3 things I learned, further analysis, and, don't giving up. And I learned I could take a hit. That's what he said. He goes, I wanted to teach you that you're not made of glass, so I wanted to cheat a little bit, toughen you up. I'm like, he kind of sounds like a douchebag, but it's I get what kind of character he is, and that's the kind of guy he is. So I'm not concerned about it. It was all fun and games. Sunday, I was sore. My neck hurt, and it was a fun time, to say the least. And big shout out to Katie. She made some delicious white chicken chili, I believe it's called. She sent me the recipe, so we're going to have to be making that. You know what? Some guy, when I was advertising my podcast on my Snapchat, he replied, he's like, "Screw driving with Randy. Let's make, you should make a cooking show," because I'm always posting pictures of my egg sandwiches and whatnot. My cooking shows wouldn't be good. It'd literally be the same thing every single week. Maybe I could make a YouTube channel with, like, me cooking an egg sandwich 12 different ways, and I'll have like 12 different videos of it. That would be golden, top quality content. That'd almost be worse than this podcast idea, but we're rolling with the podcast today. You know what? Something else came to my mind. I know I said I was going to end it way back there, but it's just coming to my mind. This has to do with the whole Twitter thing again. I saw a tweet that said, this is a perfect way to end, actually. This is beautiful. All right. It said something along the lines of, that first video is going to be bad. That first song is going to be bad. That first rap is going to be bad. That first podcast, it's going to be bad. But without your first, there's no 50th. And the 50th is where you can perfect it. So I think that is a very useful I needed that, you know. The first Driving with Randy, it's not the greatest. But we're on episode 12 now. Things are improving. Not a whole lot, but to an extent, I'm kind of getting more of a feel for it. There's certainly things that I need to work on still, but we're only on episode 12. We plan on being big, like 12,000 episodes in. We're still doing Driving with Randy. You know why? Because we commute to work every dang day. So we have no excuse why we shouldn't be recording. I don't record every day, but we're going to be getting after this. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Make sure you leave a 4-star review. I feel like a 3 or 4-star review is an honest review on iTunes. If you're listening on Spotify, we're trying to make it here in the podcast world, as my description says. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. As always, follow me on Twitter at Thoughts by Randy, and tune in every Monday for an episode. By the time this is released, I might be on that Monday Friday schedule. I want to get multiple times a week, but I think we're going to just be sticking with the Mondays until I have a pretty decent bank of podcasts lined up. So thank you guys very much. I'm your host, Driving with Randy. Peace.